We've all heard the old joke, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. And for a performer, that's terrific advice. But before that musician or actor walks out onto that stage, there are a lot of other things that have to happen. And that's where the technical crew comes in.
Well, I'm Kristen O'Connor. I am the manager of Center Stage Productions here at the Midland Center for the Arts, specifically for Center Stage Productions. The first thing you do when you're given a show to design the set for is you read the script and you talk to the director. Because you could read the script and get a great idea of what it wants to look like, but without the director's voice behind it, it might be null and void. I'm a very conceptual designer. There's different styles of designers in the world. I'm a big picture. I want something that helps tell the story. What are the colors? What does it feel like, smell like, taste like? And then I create the structure that coordinates to that idea. Really, in honesty, you're creating a playground for the actors. And that playground is definitely something that has to make sense with the script and the action and the story they're telling on stage. So it goes from a very conceptual, what could it look like, what color is it, to more specifics of what color are the walls, how many walls are there, how many stairs lead to one place to another, make sure there's railings for safety, make sure it's under budget. And then we go into a final design phase where it's drafted.
My name is Evan Lewis, and I'm the production and scenic assistant here. So I'm Kristen's assistant for the design and actually figuring out the engineering for building the scenery here. So we have a program called Vectorworks, which is a simpler version of something called CAD, computer-aided drafting. And in this case, this screen is the ground plan for the Dracula set, with the existing theater architecture around it, and then the pieces we built and put in place to create the set.
I was always an artistic kid and always had creative people around me growing up. So it wasn't a stretch that I ended up going into the arts. I got involved in a fluke. I worked for a paint store after school, and a gentleman came in and asked if he could purchase or beg, borrow, and steal, as theater people usually do, the mistake paints that we had at the store, so the ones that were mistinted. And I got talking to him about why he would need those paints, and he was in charge of a group of young adults in Ottawa, Canada, doing a production in the summer times when school was out. And I said, oh, that sounds like fun. And he's like, well, you can always come by and stop by. And I ended up showing up about 2 nights later and ended up painting all the scenery for West Side Story. And I got sucked in right away. I changed my plans and applied to technical theater programs for university, and ended up getting my degree in technical theater, and did an internship straight out of a program at the Cleveland Playhouse for a year, and got hired straight into theater after that and never looked back. Theater is one of those art forms that welcomes anybody and all skill levels. You can absolutely go the route where you study hard at university and I have a degree in technical theater. You could specialize in an area of technical theater and design and sound engineering. You can go on and do your master's, and then you're a very highly skilled professional theater person. You can also graduate high school, start working gigs here at a theater, get working side jobs, doing lighting, sound, and get an on-site kind of training that can be as valuable, if not more so. So there's really a lot of different options for people to get into theater. I mean, the arts are something that our culture has always had. So to have a profession in the arts, I think that, yes, they exist. You have to hunt sometimes for them, and it's not always easy. I would say definitely easier to be a backstage creative person versus the onstage. I mean, you don't have to audition to run a spotlight. The big choice in the world of theater is whether or not you're a traveling freelance person or an at-home person. The day a show opens is sometimes bittersweet, because I am more about the process than the product. Well, these plays they're my baby, and I go through the labor with them, trust me. And then for some reason, once it's on stage, it's a cute baby, and all of a sudden you forget that, you know, you went through all this labor and hardship and planning, and you can't wait to have another one. People came backstage one day and they said, "Oh gosh, it's really quiet back here," which never really happens. And I made the comment that, "Shh, the baby's sleeping. We sleep when the baby's sleeping." We're in conceptual talks with Carol Rumba, the director for Les Mis, right now, and we're really excited about that production on the main stage. Lots of gritty, dark, however we're going to translate that story to the stage. It's always exciting. It's in the planning. But this is also a place where we're open to everyone doing it, all ages, all just everyone should come here and play.
For Look Around You, I'm Bob Corso.